It's Friday, everyone. What do we do on Fridays here at the Hint Hive? That's right, we smash the patriarchy. Hello, my fellow queens. Welcome back to the Hint Hive, Amplifying Women's Voices. I'm your host, Kelly Hint, psychotherapist, feminist life coach, and your queen bee of this hive. Today we're talking about a topic that might make some people a little uncomfortable. And honestly, that's usually where the good conversations live, so stick with me on this one. We're talking about the self-esteem industry. Specifically, we're asking the question, are women actually being empowered, or are we being sold empowerment? Because everywhere we look, someone is trying to convince women that confidence is just one purchase away. Buy this cream, take this course, join this program, download this app, lose those pounds, fix these wrinkles, manifest harder, wake up at 5 a.m., become a better version of yourself. And somehow, after spending billions of dollars collectively trying to improve ourselves, women are still being told that we are not quite enough. So today we're going to pull back the curtain and explore how companies profit from women's insecurities while simultaneously marketing confidence. We'll discuss what real self-esteem actually looks like, why insecurity is big business, and how to reclaim your power without becoming someone else's revenue stream. So, grab your coffee, tea, wine, or emotional support water bottle, and let's get into it. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. Many industries make money by convincing women that they have a problem. Think about it. The beauty industry, anti-aging industry, weight loss industry, wellness industry, self-help industry, cosmetic surgery industry, fashion industry, and increasingly, social media itself. Now, before anyone gets upset, let me be clear. There's absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying makeup, skincare, fitness, fashion, personal development, or cosmetic procedures. The problem is not the product. The problem is the freaking marketing. Because many industries don't simply sell solutions. They first sell insecurity. Psychologically speaking, this is known as creating a perceived deficiency. A company identifies something normal about human existence and reframes it as a problem requiring intervention. Gray hair becomes a crisis. Aging becomes a battle. Body fat becomes failure. Stretch marks become flaws. Being tired becomes a personal development issue. Normal emotional struggles become evidence that you aren't healed enough. And then, conveniently, they offer the solution. For a price. Women have historically been judged more heavily on appearance, likability, emotional labor, caregiving, and social acceptance. Research consistently shows that girls begin receiving messages about beauty and appearance at incredibly young ages. Many girls learn that being valued often means being attractive, agreeable, accommodating, and successful simultaneously. In other words, women are frequently taught that their worth is conditional. And if your worth feels conditional, you'll spend your entire life trying to earn it. That's where the industries thrive, because confidence sold as a destination creates repeat customers. If women ever fully believed they were enough right now, a lot of marketing campaigns would collapse overnight. Think about that. A customer who genuinely believes she's worthy is harder to manipulate. Now let's talk about the evolution of empowerment marketing. Here's where things get really interesting. Advertising has changed dramatically. Years ago, companies openly told women that they weren't enough. Now, They tell women that they're powerful. But sometimes the message underneath remains the same. Instead of "you're flawed," it is now "you're a queen, but you still need our product." Instead of "fix yourself," it's "love yourself enough to buy this." Companies realized that women were becoming more skeptical of overtly sexist advertising. So marketing evolved. Today, empowerment itself is often part of the sales strategy. We see slogans like, "You deserve it," "Know your worth," "Boss babe," "Confident women choose us." And while these messages aren't inherently bad, they can become problematic when empowerment is treated as something that can be purchased. Because confidence is not sold in a bottle. It isn't hidden inside a luxury handbag. It does not arrive in a shipping box. And what about the self-help industry? Globally, the personal development industry is worth tens of billions of dollars and continues to grow every year. Again, I love personal growth. I'm a therapist and a life coach. My career exists because growth matters. But I want to be very clear. As a therapist and coach, I am not part of the problem that I am naming today. My job is not to convince women that they are broken so that I can sell them the cure. My job is to help women recognize the messages they've absorbed, understand where those messages came from, and build a healthier relationship with themselves. I'm not here to keep you dependent on me, ashamed of yourself, or endlessly chasing a version of confidence that always stays just a little bit out of reach. In therapy and coaching, the goal is not to manufacture insecurity. The goal is to create clarity, healing, and agency. I want women to trust themselves more, not less. I want them to feel more grounded, not more inadequate. I want them to leave with tools, insight, and self-compassion, not a new list of things to fix before they're allowed to feel worthy. That distinction matters to me deeply because real support should never require you to hate yourself first. To put it simply, the difference between what I do and the toxic culture I am discussing today is that healthy personal growth helps you recognize your worth. Toxic personal growth convinces you that worth is always one more step away, one more course, one more certification, one more book, one more transformation, one more breakthrough, one more mindset shift. The danger is that self-improvement can become a never-ending treadmill. You keep chasing a future version of yourself that finally deserves happiness. Meanwhile, your actual life is happening right now. But entire industries continue to create the confidence gap that is entirely manufactured. One thing I see frequently in therapy and coaching is women who are objectively incredible. They are intelligent, compassionate, resilient, accomplished, yet they constantly feel inadequate. Why? Because comparison has become a business model. Social media platforms profit from attention. Attention often comes from aspiration. Aspiration can easily become comparison. Comparison often creates insecurity. Insecurity increases engagement. And engagement increases profits. It's a cycle. Women are constantly exposed to curated images of beauty, success, productivity, motherhood, relationships, fitness, and wealth. Then they compare their messy reality to someone else's carefully curated social media. The result? A confidence gap that often is not based in reality. It's based in exposure. So, what does self esteem actually look like? Well, let's redefine self esteem. Real self esteem isn't believing you're perfect. Real self esteem is knowing your value even when you are imperfect. It's not thinking that you're better than everyone else. It's recognizing your humanity without diminishing yourself. Healthy self esteem says, I have strengths and flaws. I make mistakes and still deserve respect. I don't need universal approval. I don't have to earn my right to exist. That is powerful because real confidence is not loud. It's steady. It's not performative. It's rooted. It does not require constant validation. Now, let's look at some signs that you're being sold empowerment instead of experiencing it. Here are some red flags. If a message suggests that you're never doing enough, you always need fixing, happiness is just one purchase away, aging is failure, rest is laziness, your value depends on productivity, your body is a lifelong project, you must constantly optimize yourself. Pause and then ask, who benefits if I believe this? Who profits from my insecurity? What happens if I decide that I am already worthy? Those questions can be revolutionary. Now, let's talk about steps to reclaiming your self-worth. First, I've said this before and I will say it as many times as I need to. Audit your media consumption. Pay attention to how content makes you feel. Do you feel inspired or inadequate? Motivated or defective? Your emotional response is data. Use it. Unfollow accounts that consistently make you feel smaller. Next, separate desire from deficiency. It's okay to want things: a new hairstyle, a fitness goal, a business milestone. The question is, are you pursuing it because it excites you, or because you believe you're unworthy without it? That is a crucial distinction. Next, practice self-validation. Ask yourself, what would I think about myself if nobody else were watching? What would I pursue if external approval disappeared? Build a relationship with your own opinion. Next, challenge internalized messages. When you catch yourself thinking, I'm not enough, ask, according to whom? Who taught me that? Is it actually true? Or is it a belief that I inherited? And finally, define success for yourself. Not society, not Instagram, not advertisers, not your family. You. What does a meaningful life look like to you? Create your own definition. From a feminist perspective, this conversation matters because systems of power often benefit when women remain distracted by self-criticism. Think about the energy women spend worrying about appearance, aging, weight, likability, and perfection. Imagine redirecting even a fraction of that energy toward leadership, creativity, advocacy, community building, entrepreneurship, or joy. Women's self-worth is not a consumer product. It is not a luxury item. It is not a reward for meeting impossible standards. It is your birthright. And that is something that no company can sell you because it was never theirs to give. All right, let's get into our affirmation of the week. This week's affirmation is, my worth is not a product, a performance, or a purchase. I am enough before anyone profits from my doubt. Think about that, my fellow queens. The most radical thing that you can do in a world that profits from your insecurity is to believe in your inherent worth. Not because you've achieved more, not because you've fixed everything, not because you've become perfect, but because you are already deserving of dignity, respect, love, and belonging. And that belief cannot be bought. It cannot be marketed. It cannot be sold. It belongs to you. And that makes it incredibly powerful. Ladies, as we wrap up today's conversation, I want you to remember something. Personal growth is beautiful. Healing is beautiful. Learning is beautiful. Transformation is beautiful. But none of those things are prerequisites for worthiness. You do not have to become someone else before you are allowed to value yourself. The self-esteem industry often sells the idea that confidence is waiting at the finish line. But confidence grows when you stop moving the finish line. When you stop treating yourself like a perpetual renovation project. When you stop measuring your value by standards that were never designed to make you feel whole. You deserve growth, but you also deserve peace. And the strongest women I know are not the ones who have achieved perfection. They are the ones who decided that they were worthy long before perfection ever arrived. All right, my queens, if today's episode resonated with you, share it with another woman who might need this reminder. Take a screenshot while you're listening and post it on social media. Tag me and tell me, what insecurity are you no longer willing to let someone profit from? And come on over to Facebook and join our Hint Hive community, where women support each other, challenge harmful messages, and amplify each other's voices. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share the podcast. Every review helps more women find the hive and reminds them that their worth was never something that they had to buy. And as an aside and a reminder, I do not make money from this podcast. It is my way of giving back, providing something without cost to you to help reaffirm that you are the amazing badass that I know you to be. Until next time, remember, you are powerful. You are worthy. You are enough. And nobody gets to sell you your own value. This is Kelly Hint, your Queen Bee, signing off and reminding you to keep buzzing, keep rising, and keep amplifying women's voices. This podcast is powered by Kelly Hint Empowerment Coaching, as well as Kelly M. Hint LMHC and The Cranky Counselor. To find out more about coaching services, head over to CoachKellyHint.com. If you'd like to know more about the psychotherapy services I offer to individuals within the state of New York, you can check out KellyMHint.com. And if you'd like to learn more about aromatherapy, you can check out TheCrankyCounselor.com.